Happy Lantern Festival!
Look at my lantern, Andrew. It looks like my cat Felix. It's hand-painted.
Did you paint that yourself?
No. I bought it at a very special store that we'll talk about later on today.
Also, we'll be shedding some light on Taiwan's COVID-19 vaccination situation. I'm Andrew Ryan.
I'm Natalie Tso. Let's first take a look at the stories on our radar.
Taiwan will partly reopen to foreign business people and foreign nationals seeking medical care on March 1st. Business people from select countries will be able to apply for a shortened quarantine period on arrival. Tourism, however, is still off the table. Schools across Taiwan are back in session after the semester was delayed by 4 days to disinfect buildings and grounds. At one newly reopened Taipei school, city officials joined students in a dance demonstrating the importance of hand washing. Save the algae. That's the goal of a proposed referendum. Right now, organizers are gathering signatures to have it put on the ballots. At the heart of the referendum are plans by Taiwan's biggest petrochemical producer, CPC, to build a natural gas processing plant near an algal reef in northern Taiwan. Voters would be asked if they think it should be built in a different location. CPC responded to activists by revising their plans, cutting the area by 90% and moving it slightly away from the reef. One of Taiwan's most spectacular religious rituals is set to go ahead, though it's been tweaked due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Each year, volunteers are carried through the streets of Taidong, standing in for Master Han Dan, a god believed to hate cold weather. Devotees generously warm up the god by hurling lit firecrackers at him. This year's event has been postponed to April, and there will be no crowds. Spectators will have to watch a live stream feed of the event online.
So, Andrew, are you looking forward to getting your COVID vaccine?
Yes, I am very much. Because I can't go back home to see my parents unless I've gotten one. At least I don't feel like I can. Yeah.
Right.
What about you?
Yes, I would love to travel again. So we hope that all works out very soon.
Yes. Well, Taiwan's done a great job in fighting off the pandemic, but we could find ourselves waiting for a vaccine.
Where does a country that's not part of the UN go to get COVID vaccines? One place that Taiwan is looking is German pharmaceutical company BioNTech, or BNT. But Taiwan's Health Minister Chen Shizong said last week that it hasn't been smooth sailing. He said that a deal for 5 million vaccines had fallen through due to external pressure. There was speculation that Beijing had intervened by way of the country's distributor, a Chinese company called Shanghai Fosun Pharmaceutical Group. China sees Taiwan as part of its territory and opposes its efforts to engage with the rest of the world. As of now, it looks like the deal is back on. BioNTech told Reuters that it intends to supply Taiwan with the vaccine as part of its commitment to fighting the global pandemic. And Taiwan is dealing directly with BNT rather than going through the distributor. At a press briefing, Minister Chen called Germany a trusted business partner of Taiwan and thanked BNT for offering Taiwan vaccines. He said the two sides have come to a consensus and that a contract is being finalized. Once BNT's vaccines arrive in Taiwan, there will be more hurdles to getting them in arms. The vaccines must be stored at -70 degrees Celsius, so Chen says that people will probably have to get vaccinated in hospitals. BNT is only providing Taiwan with a fraction of the vaccines it needs. The concern now is that Taiwan, which only has a handful of diplomatic allies, could find it hard to compete with bigger, more powerful countries for vaccines. When asked about the possibility of trading computer chips for vaccines, Chen said that those are two completely different products that are traded through different channels.
So the million-dollar question is, how many vaccines has Taiwan procured so far?
That's right. And joining us in the studio is the newest member of our team, Stash Butler.
Hello.
Hey, Stash.
Hey, great to be here.
So I know you've been looking into the numbers, right?
Yeah, that's right. So there's a simple answer to the question of how many vaccines does Taiwan have, and that is none so far.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No.
but there's a bit more to it than that. So the government has bought 10 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine directly from AstraZeneca. They've also bought 5 million from the US company Moderna, and they're getting 5 million more from COVAX. So that's 20 million vaccines in total. So I'm not including any vaccines from Pfizer or BioNTech because that deal hasn't been finalized yet.
So tell us about COVAX.
Yeah, so COVAX is not actually a vaccine manufacturer. It's an initiative which distributes other companies' vaccines. It's run by global organizations like the World Health Organization, and its aim is to get the whole world vaccinated. So that's including poor countries which might not have better access to vaccines, and they'll get those vaccines for free. It also includes countries like Taiwan that aren't part of international organizations.
Oh, that's really good. So now we're talking 20 million vaccines total. We know that there are about 24 million people in Taiwan. Some people might say, it sounds like we have enough, but is that true?
Yes, that's sadly not true. So there are some vaccines that use a single dose, but all of the vaccines that Taiwan has bought use 2 doses. So that means with 20 million vaccines, you can vaccinate about 10 million people.
So I'm curious to know, and call me selfish, but when am I going to get a vaccine?
Sure, well, there's a lot of uncertainty about that. We're not really sure about delivery times for a lot of the vaccines. The one thing we can say for sure is that there should be 200,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine coming via COVAX to Taiwan in the coming days. So that's going to be very, very soon. But the rest, well, we just don't know for sure. The one other thing we can say is that there should be doses of the Moderna vaccine arriving in May or June or thereabouts.
Okay.
Not too bad. And I know that Taiwan is also developing its own vaccines. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. So Taiwan is developing vaccines at the moment through 2 companies who are leading the way. They're in phase 2 trials at the moment, and those trials are expected to end around June. And hopefully then, once those trials are over, they can report the results and get emergency authorization to start producing them in July. And the government is hoping to buy 5 million doses from each of those companies.
Okay, so 5 million from each of those companies. Let's add up all the numbers once again for those of us who are a little slower following along.
Sure, so I think Tsai Ing-wen thankfully has done the maths for us. So I'll refer you to a tweet she made recently showing all the numbers. So in summary, we have 20 million doses from foreign manufacturers coming into Taiwan. We have 10 million doses from domestic manufacturers. So that adds up to 30 million doses. Now, that's just hopefully a lowball figure. Hopefully, if things go to plan and we get 5 million more from the Pfizer-BioNTech deal, and then hopefully another 10 million from domestic manufacturers, that could add up to 45 million doses for Taiwan.
Ooh, that's pretty
Okay,
good.
45 million. So
Yeah.
that's
That should be enough
close,
for you
right?
to get
And
vaccinated.
you?
Yeah, that should be enough for everyone in the country, hopefully, or thereabouts.
Well, thank you so much, Stash.
Well, thank you for having me. Hopefully, next time I'm here, I have some more good news to tell you.
Absolutely. And that's today's Taiwan Explained. Up next, #Taiwan.
This is Soichi Noguchi. He's a Japanese astronaut aboard the International Space Station. And this is Chen Qimai. He's the mayor of Kaohsiung City in southern Taiwan. Earlier this week, Chen Qimai invited Soichi Noguchi to visit Kaohsiung City once the pandemic is over. What business does a mayor of a Taiwanese city have inviting a Japanese astronaut? Funny you should ask, because that's the topic of this week's #Taiwan. On December 4th last year, Noguchi took a nighttime picture of Tainan and Kaohsiung from space. Noguchi captioned the image with #Taiwan is cloudy tonight. This is the best I've got. Honestly, if Noguchi didn't write the location in his caption, I would have no idea where that is. Heck, I would venture to say that was a picture of space. Nevertheless, Noguchi's tweet drew a lot of attention from Taiwanese internet users, with many urging him to visit Taiwan. On January 23rd of this year, Noguchi tweeted another picture of Taiwan surrounded by clouds. Or at least he says that's Taiwan. I don't know, I can't tell. Maybe I gotta tilt my head and squint. At this point, you might think I'm being too nitpicky or that I have horrible eyesight. But Noguchi apparently already knows that, because on February 19th, he tweeted a third picture of Taiwan from space. This photograph clearly shows the island of Taiwan and its distinctive tail thingy. See? My geography ain't so bad after all. Curiously, Noguchi tagged the picture as Tainan City, when in reality it depicts a large chunk of southern Taiwan. And I emphasize southern Taiwan because the day after Noguchi tweeted his third photo, which again he tagged with Tainan City, Kaohsiung City government tweeted back at him in all Japanese. They relayed an invite to the astronaut from Mayor Chen Qimai, asking him to visit when the pandemic is over. But what if the pandemic ends and Noguchi's still in space? I mean, I don't think there's regular space shuttles between Taiwan and the International Space Station. Noguchi retweeted the Kaohsiung City government's tweet with a simple thank you. I think the Kaohsiung City government people were looking for an answer more along the lines of yes or no. But then again, what do I know? Noguchi's an astronaut. He's more qualified than me in anything at this point. On February 23rd, Noguchi tweeted a fourth photo of Taiwan at night from space, a picture which he called majestic. And I think that was him saying thank you to Taiwan for responding so positively to his photographs. But maybe we should be the ones thanking him for taking photographs of Taiwan that are literally out of this world.
Today we're going to be playing a new brain game called 3 Pigs and 2 Words.
Oh my goodness.
So these two guys are going to guess what's in the pictures, and then you're going to fill in the blanks with 2 words, all right?
Oh,
so you each have a buzzer to try that out. They're all related to the Lantern Festival, which falls on Friday, the 15th day of the Lunar New Year. Okay, so you guys ready for the first picture?
Oh no.
Let's do it.
Let's take a look.
Whoa, okay, I wasn't ready for that.
Okay.
What is that?
Those look like fireworks.
That looks like
Yeah?
sparks.
Spraying down on people.
Sparks down on people.
So
Waterfall
it's
of
happening in Taiwan every year. What is it?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you guys. It's the Yansui Beehive Fireworks
That is?
Festival
I didn't see
in
the bees.
Thailand. And what they do is every year they set off thousands of fireworks all night long. And it feels like a swarm of bees are coming at you.
That's what it's called.
So-
Okay.
And all the people are like right in the middle of the fireworks.
Right, a lot of
yeah.
times they wear, protective gear, and it's a very interesting festival. And CNN covered it, actually. And let's take a look at what they said. They said it's undeniably one of the world's most blank. What do you guys think that is?
Ooh.
And take a guess.
Spectacular celebrations.
You got one of the words right.
Ooh.
Celebrations.
Oh,
You forgot.
Unforgettable celebrations.
No?
marvelous celebrations.
No?
Frightening celebrations.
Close. You're getting closer.
Oh, scary.
Closer. Close.
Frightening, scary.
Heart-stopping.
Terrifying?
Dangerous.
Okay.
It is one of the most dangerous. There's thousands of fireworks coming at you. And this year they're going to streamline it. They're not going to do the travel circuit they usually do. And they're just not going to, they're just going to do it in one place and not let anybody come close. So it won't be
Okay.
dangerous this year.
No firing fireworks, anybody?
No.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll be good for getting rid of COVID-19, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
In the past, they said
that's
good
what
for-
they
yeah.
did it for. It started in the 1800s to get rid of cholera and the plague. And they believe that the fireworks, the sulfur, helped kill the bacteria, and the plague scared away the rats.
Wow.
So maybe this will help get rid of COVID-19 as well.
Makes sense?
Okay, the next picture, let's take a look.
Oh,
Yeah, those
What
are
is it?
sky lanterns.
those are sky lanterns.
Where?
There's a
Pink
bunch of
sheet.
them.
Right, so it's the Pingxi Sky Lantern Festival that happens every year, and people usually write wishes, and what they want to happen this year to see if, God will answer their prayers or whatever.
Yeah.
So this was also reported on by Discovery Channel, and this is what they said. It called it the blank blank New Year's Eve celebration in the world.
Oh,
Okay, Andrew.
Most spectacular.
No. You like
The-
spectacular, huh?
Yeah.
most illuminating?
Nope.
That's pretty good.
No.
Is most one of the words?
No.
No.
Do it again. What was the phrase?
Blank blank New Year's Eve celebration in the world.
Brightest, biggest, striking, illuminating.
Strikingly beautiful. Strikingly beautiful.
Most unforgettable.
Okay, one more guess each.
Lanternous.
Severely. I'm out of
Okay.
Eye
adjectives.
candy.
This is kind of hard. Second biggest.
Oh, second
Oh.
biggest.
Actually, there are 100,000 people who go
Oh,
to
it's
this
a
festival.
it's a small
pretty
village,
exciting.
too.
Yeah, but this year they're postponing it because of COVID to the summertime.
Okay.
Okay.
But if you want to go, you can still go now and set off a sky lantern.
Okay.
So
Cool.
okay.
Second
So
biggest.
one more picture. Let's take a look. You guys, can you recognize that?
That looks like this was the theme lantern from the Lantern Festival that
Wow.
was postponed.
That's
It's
right.
lit up with
Yeah.
So
And it moves.
all the colors.
Yeah.
yes, so that's in Hsinchu, and every year for the past 32 years we've had a lantern festival, and it's rotated in different cities ever since 2001, and it was also reported on by Discovery Channel, and they called it
wow.
one of the world's blank blank.
One of the world's
Unique highlights.
Unique highlights, no?
premier celebrations.
Okay.
Uh,
One of the world's greatest hits.
Greatest.
Whoa.
Greatest what?
greatest parties.
Okay.
Not
Try
parties.
again.
Greatest celebrations.
Try again.
Festivals.
Right!
Oh,
Yay! You guys
Teamwork.
got it. Greatest festival.
Teamwork
Teamwork
makes the
is
dream
teamwork.
work.
Very
Oh.
good. So, anyways, this has been suspended because of COVID, but you'll be able to see all of the lantern installations exhibited throughout Taiwan. So that's kind of cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
So actually, we have 3 amazing festivals every year in Taiwan. This year, they've had some changes, but even though we suspended the Lantern Festival, you can still see a lot of lanterns dangling throughout the city. Let's take a look. Taiwan's Lantern Festival has been canceled due to COVID, but that doesn't mean people aren't enjoying the captivating symbols of light and good fortune in Taiwan. You can see them all around town, as enchanting decor in shopping centers, restaurants, and even workplaces to bring a little New Year's luck to us at RTI. If you'd like to take home your own lucky light, you might want to check out the 100-year-old lantern store in the old part of Taipei called Dadaocen. You can buy them in a variety of charming colors, motifs, and textures. I found a precious hand-painted one that reminds me of my favorite animal, Felix the cat. Happy Lantern Festival!
This is a brand new segment on Taiwan Insider called Taiwan Tastebuds. You guys are my taste buddies.
Love it. Love it.
Well, today is right on the eve of Lantern Festival, so we're going to be sampling a Lantern Festival specialty, and that is glutinous rice dumplings. Now, I have brought 4 different flavors. We're going to start off with the traditional flavor, and as you can see, they all look the same on the outside. So now, in your bowl, you each have one of 2 traditional flavors, and go ahead and sample them and see what they taste
See what
like.
we got.
Start off with Leslie. What'd you get?
Sticky stuff.
I got sesame.
Alrighty.
Very
And I
traditional
got
flavor.
peanut. It's really good. It's nice and warm and gooey and sticky, and the peanut is very
Sesame
sweet.
and peanut are similar in that they have that nutty flavor. Very sweet, very nice.
I got sesame, black sesame too, and I always think this is like so much like velvet in your mouth because it's sugary and it's toasty, perfect for winter. Which one do you guys like? I know you each got your own.
I like peanut.
You like the
I
peanut?
do like peanut, but sesame's always it's a close
They're both
second.
good.
It's a very close second.
This is delicious.
I love how chewy and gooey they are.
So it's kind of like mochi on the outside, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's like mochi, and then it's like this velvet coming out.
The inside's the surprise. It's nice. I'm done with mine.
All right, we're going to move on to the next round, and I'm going to show you some slightly less traditional flavors. As you can see, they look the same on the outside, but what could be inside? All right, this time around, because they are very interesting flavors, I've given you each both of the flavors to try.
Oh.
Leslie, why don't you go ahead and start?
All right, let me give this a shot.
See the expression on his face.
Do you want to show us what it is?
Good matcha, green tea.
Green tea.
Ooh,
not
okay.
bad.
Now I'm gonna try the different one. I don't know what's inside. I can't tell. It's yellow inside.
It's closed up.
It's a salty egg.
No wonder it is salty.
Yeah, 咸蛋, so it's
Oh, not bad.
sweet and salty.
Not bad.
So which is your favorite?
I still like peanut.
I will say you can't beat the classics. Sesame. Sesame's pretty good. Yeah.
I like the sesame one too. Of the non-traditional flavors, which was your favorite?
Matcha.
Matcha?
I would
Better than I
say
thought.
salted egg yolk, just because it came out of left field, it's salty first, and then the rice dumpling takes over, and it's sweet again. So that's kind of like a roller coaster.
Yeah, I love the that salted egg yolk. I think it's a really interesting flavor and totally unexpected. I was like, "Whoa, I can't believe this is inside a dumpling."
Huh?
It was good, tasty.
So there you go. That's some classic and not so classic glutinous rice dumplings for the Lantern Festival. And our final question of the day, on what date do you think you will get vaccinated? Natalie.
Okay, well, I'm thinking this year, maybe the end of the year, December 1st.
Okay.
It's very good, reasonable.
Yeah, how about you, Leslie?
February 26, 2021. That's tomorrow. Let it never be said I'm not optimistic.
I love that, the eternal optimist. Well, I'm looking for a Christmas present.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, but I don't want to do that on Christmas.
Yeah. I would take it any day you give it to me. That's all I have to say. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Taiwan Insider. Be sure to connect with us on social media.
Yes, leave a comment and subscribe if you like us. For Taiwan Insider, I'm Natalie Tso.
I'm Leslie Liao.
And I'm Andrew Ryan. Happy Lantern Festival.